At Maryland Media Day last week, I asked the Terrapins head coach Mark Turgeon about the competition for the starting center, and he raised an interesting thought. Coach, what are you looking at when you're picking your starting center in the battle between Diamond, Damonte, and Ceko?
Yeah, we'll see. I think the guy that's most consistent, on both ends of the floor, is really what it's going to come down to.
You're a good man. I like it. I don't like
and those guys will play together. Damonte will play some 4, Ceko will play some 4.
We didn't see a whole lot of minutes from Damonte and Ceko at the 4, but where it was used most was in Maryland's only real shocking upset of the year.
So
we saw that in Iowa State, in the Iowa State game a lot. You think you're going to use bigger lineups like that with?
I want to stay big as long as I can.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Those are our best players. Allows us to do things that way. If it gets to the point I can't do it, I'll go small. But I'd like to stay big as long as we can.
Let's first look at the Terrapins' third big man option, 7'1" Slovakian Michal Cekovsky. In the early season, it looked as if he was entirely klutzy and strictly a work in progress. But in the win against number 13 ranked Iowa State, Ceko looked his strongest. This is where we saw Coach Turgeon work his rotation magic, exploiting mismatches as the Cyclones didn't give minutes to any players over 6'8". Cekovsky held a big role in limiting Iowa State's leading scorer George Niang to just 10 points on 4 of 14 shooting. He was able to withstand being bodied in the post and kept his hands up to bother Niang's shot. He effectively got out on shooters and stayed disciplined, not biting for pump fakes and followed the ball to the basket, defending the rim pretty perfectly. Offensively, his game is still limited, but Ceko found his points tipping in missed shots around the rim. He also showed good court vision, tipping the ball out here off a rebound to Des Wells, who hit Jake Layman on the other side for a dunk. He found Layman here on his own after the defense cracked, passing from the top of the key for one of the game's highlight plays. Cekovsky had help from the more likely minutes leader Damonte Dodd. I had the chance to sit down one-on-one with Damonte at Media Day, and he spoke about playing minutes at the 4. Most of the starting roles are pretty much assumed, but the biggest battle is between you and Diamond. It seems to be the most unclear spot. Do you think that Turge is going to go with one guy and that'll be the guy, or do you think there's going to be a lot of switching up?
It could be a lot of switching up. Who knows? I've actually been playing the 4 with Ceko some too.
Okay.
So
I was breaking down Iowa State film, so they did some of that there.
Yeah, and I think it helps me a lot because I can. I'm really mobile, so I can guard a 1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
So just keeping me active, I can step out and Ceko can guard a 5, and I can guard a 4. I can come get help side, shot block, different things like that. So it just makes my job a lot funner and easier.
You think you'd be able to guard a stretch forward?
Oh, for sure,
yeah. I broke down Maryland's other big man, incoming freshman Diamond Stone, earlier this summer, and I'll leave a link to that video below. But I did also ask Coach Turgeon if he saw Stone getting minutes at the power forward spot. Could you use Diamond as a 4?
No.
Diamond's the guy who's going to stay at 5.
Diamond's a 5. Now, maybe a year from now, I'll answer that differently. But right now, he's got a lot on his plate, so he'll just learn one position.
For now, Coach Turgeon can sit comfortable, knowing that he can plug away with 3 7-footers at 2 different positions. And you guys heard him talk about Diamond playing next year, right?